Well, he gave some information to some agents that he was working, doing acts with Cassie, cross states, going back and forth, this, that, and the third. So it only takes one witness. So now, the reason they haven't went after for him because there's more to get into. It's more to get into. It's not only the African, it's the alleged, the guns, the alleged drugs. And I'm saying alleged because they haven't came out with any formal charges yet. But when they come out with some charges, bruh, and you hit it, the Southern District of New York do not play. And people don't play with them. So I don't understand why this stuff ever even got to this point, but it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. The reason they haven't came down and got him yet, they going through his taxes. You hear what he said? They had all the people that he did business with.
Hollywood circles are on edge as Eugene Deal, also known as Gene Deal, and the former bodyguard of Diddy, comes forward with shocking claims about Diddy's powerful presence in Hollywood. And those revelations have now reportedly pushed the FBI to put him behind bars. They once shared a close friendship, but nobody truly knows what caused that relationship to fall apart or what really led to their sudden split.
They had a friendship. I don't know why their friendship fell out. Their friendship was before before Biggie and Pop. So I don't know why they fell out. I know every girl that Tupac had, Puff wanted and got. So, all right, what happened is that I guess Pac had got whiffed that Jay-Z was in town. Well, you know he gonna do a show because Jay-Z, he doing a show. But you gotta realize Jay-Z had became an enemy of Pac because I think he had said some was gonna do a song with Big or whatever like that, the whole 9 yards. So Jay is now Pac's enemy. So it was just good business just to chill out with that. But they was trying to chill out the whole thing. They had a big meeting and Puff wouldn't send a representative or let Zip or Chaz represent him in the meeting. And then it came out. He also told Big that he had to watch Puff because Puff was going to rob him blind.
So you believe Kirk Burroughs when he say that, Diddy, he was jealous of the relationship between Tupac and Big?
I don't know if I could say he was jealous with his relationship with Big. He didn't like Pac. It's something that happened between Pac and him that he didn't like it. So if my man or somebody that I'm working with is dealing with somebody I don't like, I'm going to have a dislike for that relationship they have. I don't just think it's jealousy. I think it more was just a dislike and a hatred that somebody I'm working with is working with somebody that I don't like anymore or I got a problem with.
So you feel like it was intentional when Diddy was getting with, the same woman that Tupac already had?
Yeah. I think that he purposely went after the girls that dealt with Pac.
Why you think he did that on purpose?
Because when you have an envy of someone, remember Puff tried to get that Juice movie and Juice, but they gave it to Pac. So when you have an envy of somebody, if you can't beat them, the closest thing you could do is have what they got. Have what they had or try to get what they got.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Kirk Burroughs, he also said in this interview that Diddy, he would encourage Biggie to make songs that was beefy.
I don't think Kirk Burroughs was correct on that because Biggie didn't write around Puff. Big always wrote wherever he wrote at and then went to record. If he wrote anything or came up with some kind of concept of something. You're not going to find too many times Big and Puff was in the studio together where Big was recording. Puff may come in after the work is done and then add his little, take that. Bad boy. But Big always record, because like when we were doing the music to Bone Thugs and Harmony, Big said, I ain't right. He sat there and smoked up all their weed. And he waited till he got to New York and then came back with the song. Flipped their whole style. Big didn't ever write around nobody. Looked like Puff never, told Big what to write and what not to write.
Everyone knew Tupac had a sharp instinct and could easily read people's true intentions. And he likely saw through Diddy early on and decided to keep his distance because something about him did not feel right. So how does Shannon Sharpe, the former NFL superstar who later became a major media personality, fit into all of this? During a recent interview with Cat Williams on his channel, a video that at one point was gaining nearly 260,000 views every single hour on YouTube, several explosive claims were made that heavily exposed Diddy and brought even more attention to the growing case around him.
What's the story behind Jay-Z being afraid to come out his hotel room because of Pac?
All right, what happened is that I guess Pac had got whiffed that Jay-Z was in town. Well, he gonna do a show because Jay-Z, he doing a show. But you got to realize Jay-Z had became an enemy of Pac because I think he had said was gonna do a song with Big or whatever like that, the whole 9 yards. So Jay is now Pac's enemy too. So Chaz Williams, who was over Black Hands. Black Hands was one of the labels who did that Black Gangster had every artist in New York on. And Chaz, who is now getting into the music business, has become a music executive. And he was once a former gangster who was on American Gangster BET because they had him down for robbing 161 banks. That's what they put in their program and everything. But Chaz was a gangster in New York City that became a music executive. So he gets a phone call saying that Jay is not going to come out the room because Tupac threatened him. So he's not going to do his show. Can he make some phone calls, you understand, to get Pac off the... So I think he may have talked to Big D, and Big D and Eric B called Suge, and Suge was laughing, saying that wasn't him. Because they tried to make it seem like it was Suge that was doing it, but it was Pac. So I guess Suge called Pac. Pac let him go ahead and do his show and everything like that. But Jay was scared to come out his room.
So that story was really true about Jay-Z being afraid to come out his hotel room.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, he was scared. Probably still is scared.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And Suge, he told Pac to chill out?
Yeah, Suge told Pac to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, they was trying to... So you got to realize is that it was going to call a dissension because they were trying to start Death Row East Coast. And that would have been Pac, Eric B, and, you know what I'm saying, all the dudes here in New York. So then they're going to have groups coming back and forth from Cali to New York. So it was just good business just to chill out with that. But they was trying to chill out the whole thing. They had a big meeting and Puff wouldn't send a representative or let Zip or Chaz represent him in the meeting.
Yeah, that's a wild story. And who told you this story, if you don't mind me asking?
I was there.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know you was there. So you was there when Jay was scared to come out his hotel room. I had no idea, man.
I used to roll with Chaz every day, bro. And then it came out. And then it came out, somebody else told the story.
So how is Shannon Sharpe, the former NFL superstar turned major media personality, connected to all of this? In a recent interview with Cat Williams on his channel, a video that at one point was reportedly pulling in nearly 260,000 views every single hour on YouTube, several explosive statements were made that appeared to heavily expose Diddy, while also bringing fresh attention and new questions surrounding the growing investigation against him.
That's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me. So, shout outs to the nobodies. The police said they arrested the shooters, then said they didn't arrest the shooters. But I was there.
Did Suge do anything to provoke this, or?
Nobody in the world has ever provoked themselves being shot.
That's true.
If you're an idiot, you can believe this was about Suge Knight.
What about the reports that this was gang-related? These were two gang members that thought they did it in spite of Tupac.
If it was gang-related, then why didn't it happen thoroughly? You're saying it was gang-related, so that means somebody's gang was shooting at somebody's gang, and then somebody's gang didn't shoot back. That's your story?
So what role does former music executive Suge Knight, who was once known as a longtime associate of Diddy, play in all of this? Suge Knight is currently serving a 28-year prison sentence tied to a hit-and-run case and voluntary manslaughter charges, and in an audio recording from jail, he reportedly advised Diddy to turn himself in just like he did back in 2015 in order to protect the reputation of hip-hop. That statement has now raised even more questions about what Shaj may have known about Diddy all along and what secrets he may have been keeping hidden for years.
Everybody been talking about the Puffy situation. First, I'd like to pray for his family, his daughters and his sons, his kids, basically. That's never a good sign for nobody to cheer about when it comes to kids or young men being handcuffed. It's a bad day for hip-hop, for the culture, for black people. Because when one looks bad, we all look bad. Because that's definitely not nothing to cheer about. But I tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger. Because you know the secrets, who's involved in that little secret room you guys participating in. So, you know they're going to get you if they can. It's a little crazy how Puffy get booted out the alcohol business and Jimmy Iovine steps in with Andre and Snoopy promoting it. It's never a good look when it comes to culture of hip-hop and for our community, for our people. I turn myself in. Sometimes you got to face the music. That's most of the time. Puffy, I'm going to give you some real advice. 2 quick things. You got to make a decision. When you go to prison, either you're going to be standing up pissing or squatting, sitting down pissing. I advise you to try to take the first one, because if you're squatting, pissing on the seat, you know what that means. Oh yeah, by the way, do not do your time going by Brother Love. Brother Love is not a good code name for prison.
Did you ever have a chance to watch the Cat Williams podcast with Shay with Shannon Sharpe? Did you watch the whole thing?
Well, number one, that's family. At the same time, I'm in the penitentiary to watch that. But I heard about it like the whole world did. I heard it was a great interview.
Now, let me ask you, Suge, your experience with Cat. If for the audience, you and Cat have hung out, who is Cat to you? Is he a stand-up guy, good friend, relationship guy that you could trust?
Oh, I can trust him.
Okay.
And I don't say that about too many people, but at the same time, Cat is who he is. And if you really want to understand Cat, he on tour right now. Go buy one tickets per row and you won't hear it all. He's going to tell the truth. So that's the best way to find out about Trap.
Even from there, you're selling tickets. You can't, no matter where you're selling. No, the only reason I asked this question is because when he did this interview with Shannon Sharpe, and I know you played in the NFL before, when he did this interview with Shannon Sharpe, everywhere, everybody was talking, but also people were quiet. I want to play one of the clips, Rob. If you can play the clip of what Cat said to Shannon Sharpe about Diddy. I just want you to hear this since you haven't heard the whole thing. This is just a snippet of what Cat said about Diddy. Go for it. He went after, Diddy. He went after TDG. He went after a lot of people in the space. Had you, Cat and Diddy, did you guys ever party together, three of you guys? I know you and Diddy spent some time together, but did you, Cat, and Diddy ever spend time together?
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna say I never had a threesome. But I damn sure ain't had no threesome with no men. So you talking about have me and
no, that's not what I'm asking.
Threesome hung out together. What you trying to do? I mean, have you said, not me?
Well, listen, that is becoming every day something new pops up where it's no longer a surprise nowadays.
And your telephone number is monitored and recorded.
But I guess the question I'm asking is, did you, Cat, and did you, Diddy, and Cat ever hang out where? And the reason why I'm asking this, where you actually personally witnessed some of the accusations that Diddy is having, saying the fact that he had cameras in the room.
This okay. Well, this is the thing I'm gonna tell you. We from two different worlds. Number one, him and I. Number two, I'm the guy they didn't want to invite to those parties. And I'm glad of it. I've never been happy to be left out of my life. But at the same time, I'm not the guy who's in for Puffy's downfall. But I am the guy who supports the victims who got victimized, right? But at the same time, whatever the situation is, everybody knows it's wrong. And I don't think he can get punished as hard as a regular person because, he used to be an FBI informant for a long time, they say. So I'm quite sure that play a role.
You're saying...
Asking the question, me, Cat, and Puffy, we had no reason to be hanging out. Me and Cat, and not me and Puffy. So that's that.
Got it. So you're saying Diddy's an FBI informant, and he's been one for many years.
That's what they say. Nothing never happens, but it's still, like I said, it ain't my business. But I said that because anybody else gaffered up quick, fast, in a hurry. But, the most important thing about this is that with me, you got some people who have an opinion on something either they weren't a part of or they wasn't there. And I never want to be that type of person because, it's only so many people who had Tupac or seen Tupac or talked to Tupac. And I feel that way because I often hear so many Tupac stories from people who never met him, people who wasn't around. Then you had the ones that if they worked at McDonald's and they took Tupac orders, they don't mean they know Tupac. Or if you was doing security or whatever, that don't mean you know the man. All these people been benefiting and capitalizing on trying to put the man down or lie on him or tell some stories that they weren't there or they know anything about. Because I don't think none of these people psychic. And I'm not. You know what happened to the last psychic bitch? She ended up, whoever her name was, with the fake Boston boys. You know what happened to her when it all went bad. So I don't like to speculate. So I just tell the truth how it is.
As the legal battle between Cassie and Diddy continues to unfold in court, old conspiracy claims accusing Diddy of being connected to Biggie's murder are starting to resurface once again through a past interview. In that interview, Gene Deal carefully recounts everything that allegedly happened that day, step by step and moment by moment. But what makes the situation even more unusual is the fact that Gene has reportedly been telling the same exact story for nearly 20 years. And only now are federal authorities finally beginning to seriously pay attention to his claims.
To reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. Going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
Can Diddy's apology really be believed? After everything he has been accused of in connection with Cassie, the wave of lawsuits that followed eventually triggered a grand jury indictment, with federal authorities now closing in on him. Reports say investigators finally reached a breaking point and arrested Diddy on Monday on 57th Street in Manhattan before taking him into custody that same night. His lawyer has also stated that the music mogul has been cooperating with the investigation tied to the indictment and even claimed that he voluntarily moved back to New York last week because he expected these charges to come.
Diddy has been arrested in New York City after a grand jury indictment, and we have the breaking news. Though charges in the indictment are unknown, Billboard has confirmed the arrest. The rap mogul has been hit with at least 8 civil lawsuits alleging sexual abuse over the past year. Now, according to TMZ, Diddy was taken into federal custody at the FBI's Manhattan field office. In a statement to Billboard, an attorney for Diddy said, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man. He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal." We'll keep you posted as the story develops. For everything we know, head to Billboard.com.
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. Yeah. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. Yeah, you understand? Right. And we here together, and we gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. What I'm saying, and united we stand, and ain't nothing else to us. Right?
So what do you guys think? Is this just another escape for Diddy, or is he finally behind bars for good this time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss any new updates. Until then, fam, keep it real.